Look outside your window. It may be very different from what you saw just a day or two ago. Yesterday may have been cloudy and rainy. Today may be beautiful and sunny. But what about tomorrow? Well, you may just want to stay inside. What is it that causes these changes? The weather. Weather is the temporary state of the Earth's atmosphere. It can be very different from place to place at any one time. This is because it depends on the complex relationship between air, water, and heat from the sun. Earth is a planet that is always changing and moving. Its atmosphere is like a vast weather engine that gets its power from the sun. The sun heats up more air over the equator than it does at the poles. This causes huge movements of air. The warm, moist air near the equator rises and flows toward the poles. The cool air from the poles drops down and flows back toward the equator. This creates a continuous cycle of moving air. As this air moves quickly across the Earth's surface, it continuously interacts with the land and the sea. It exchanges heat and moisture and creates the Earth's changing weather. That's why we get things like heat waves, hailstorms, snowstorms, sandstorms, typhoons, and tornadoes. Fronts are an important part of weather forecasts. Fronts are formed when warm air masses and cold air masses come together. These fronts can be cold or warm. A cold front is created when a mass of cold air forces itself underneath warmer, lighter air. The cold air pushes the warmer air out of the way. This often brings dramatic changes in the atmosphere, such as heavy clouds and violent storms. Warm fronts happen when a warm air mass pushes cold air forward. The weather is usually less dramatic during warm fronts. It may get hotter and more humid, but rain and thunderstorms may also occur. Scientists can often predict tomorrow's weather by observing and analyzing the atmospheric conditions today. This science is called meteorology, and it's how the meteorologist on TV knows if you should pick up your umbrella, put on some sunglasses, or dress warmly. Meteorologists watch 6 key conditions. These are air pressure, or the weight of air above a certain point on the Earth's surface, humidity, or the amount of moisture in the air, temperature, clouds, wind, and precipitation, such as rain or snow. Simple devices like barometers and thermometers, or more complicated ones like radar and satellites, are used to measure the conditions. This data is then used to predict all kinds of weather. By measuring a rise in air pressure, for example, barometers can generally tell you to plan for nice weather. If the air pressure drops, there may be storms. About 45,000 thunderstorms occur each day around the world. They usually begin with warm, humid air moving upward. This is called an updraft. These updrafts rise above the Earth and form clouds. Then, ice crystals or water drops form in the clouds as the air cools. Finally, this moisture becomes heavy and falls to Earth as rain. However, it's not always just rain. If the air temperature is very cold, the moisture can become snow. It can also become hail or sleet, depending on the temperature. Everyone needs weather forecasts. They help us plan our daily lives. Farmers depend on accurate forecasts to tell them when to plant and harvest crops. Airlines need to consider weather conditions so that their planes can reach their destinations quickly and safely. And you? Well, a good understanding of the weather might help you to decide whether you should go out tomorrow or not.